Hello everyone and welcome back to my BNB Everyday YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In Forrester's main office, Ridge recaps that Carter is like a family to him. He trusted him fully. He thinks he can do this? Take this company from my family? From me? I'm not going to let it be. He rants until Brooke asks, "So, what are you going to do?" She warns he's too emotional. Ridge goes on about the treason and Carter going behind his reverse. The only back he's thinking of is Hope's. He decides he should defy Carter, but it'll have to stay until he gets a counsel. Carter's not getting down with this. In the cabin, Carter and Hope make love on the bottom in front of the fireplace. After coitus, Hope exhales, "I demanded that." Carter chuckles, "Yeah. Doesn't change what we've done, however." Hope purrs that if he wants it, he now has the power to run Forrester Creations. Hope is still trying to reuse everything. Carter says they can back out, he can draw up new papers. Hope says effects at Forrester need to change, right? She recaps that he's putting everything on the line. Carter would do anything for her, but it's also for him. He wants to see the company meet its eventuality. Hope says they still have time. Until they reach the point of no return, no bone. Knows but them. In the design office, Ivy tells Elektra that Will really likes her and was determined to find out if Remy was a swain or not. Elektra says they were just musketeers, he's a sweet Joe. She was happy to run into him, but seeing a friend from back home reminded her of everything that happened. Ivy says, "What happened to you was terrible." She suggests she talk to someone about it so she can heal from the trauma. Ivy thinks it's enough crazy coexistence that Remy was at Il Giardino at the exact same time she was. She asks if he explained how he came to be in LA. Elektra says he saw the jewelry line advertisement. Talk turns to what happened back home. Elektra felt lowered and helpless. Ivy exclaims, "Oh, those filmland." Elektra asks if she saw them. Ivy says no, she no way wanted to. Elektra grabs her phone and shows her a picture of her in a gown. This is the original, and this is what someone did to it. Ivy gasps in horror. Elektra tells her they're deep fakes. "That's my face, but that isn't my body." At Il Giardino, Remy listens as Deacon apologizes to his guests for the kitchen being backed up. Joining Remy at the bar, Cleric addresses about the place being slammed and asks, "Can I get you anything?" Remy replies, "How about a job?" He's worked in cafes. Ahead and thinks they could help each other. Cleric rattles on about having to replace two musketeers who were in crucial positions. Remy reprises that they can help each other out. Deacon learns that he's new in LA and asks if he's on exploration or parole, or if he'll leave. Remy plans on being there for a while. Continuing the interview, Cleric asks how Remy likes LA. He says he loves it, but he not only needs a job, but a place to stay. Cleric sensations at his bitterness. "I do and indeed know your name." Remy says Remy. Remy Price. Cleric agrees to hire him on a trial base and says there's an apartment upstairs. Remy will work for room and board until he hires him for real. Deacon warns, "Duet make me lament this, Remy." In the design office, Elektra worries she did commodity to encourage this. Ivy assures her she didn't, and recaps that the prints aren't real, they're deep fakes. Elektra cries about the response of her musketeers. Ivy is sorry. This thing is passing all the time and wreaking annihilation on the lives of women far and wide. Elektra explains she jumped at the chance to come to LA and escape this reproach. She worries whoever did this will see the post and decide to make further. She doesn't want to bring reproach to the family. What if Will sees them? How do I explain that to him? She panics. Ivy pulls her into a clinch. In the cabin, Carter recalls how Ridge nearly busted him. Hope says it didn't be. Ridge and Steffi have no idea that Forrester is no longer theirs. In the main office, Ridge tells Brooke that Justin Barber is on his way. Brooke's glad. He'll be suitable to sort out what Carter is trying to pull. Ridge corrects. What Carter and Hope are trying to pull. He thanks her for telling him. She says it's wrong and she wouldn't keep that from him. Still, she thinks Steffi firing Hope was justified and started this whole mess. Ridge exclaims that there's no justifying what they've done. He doesn't know if Carter pulled Hope or Hope pulled Carter off the deep end, but he's going to put an end to it. In the design office, Elektra tells Ivy that working with her is a dream come true, and Will is the sweetest Joe she's ever met. She can breathe. Elektra can't let anything destroy that. Ivy asks if she ever set up out who made the prints. Elektra shakes her head. She just wants to put that awful chapter behind her. In the eatery, Remy busses tables and tells Cleric he won't let him down. Deacon says it looks like he'll be staying in Los Angeles after all. Remy smiles. At Hope's place, she and Carter talk about the Forrester they imagine, where everyone will be heard. They muse that they know way aloud. It would come to her achievement. Carter CA and imagine how shocked Ridge will feel if they go through with this. Justin arrives at Forrester's main office and greets Ridge and Brooke. Ridge tells him they had the LLC paperwork drawn up and hands it to him. Justin is confused as to why he's not using Carter Walton. Ridge explains that someone is trying to use the document to pull an achievement and take over the company. That person is Carter Walton. He asks Justin to take a look and crush it. Carter CA and get down with this. Hope Logan and Brooke Logan will continue to blast each other over their conduct. Brooke will remain angry about Hope helping Carter Walton with his Forrester preemption plot. Hope, on the other hand, will be more worried about the fact that Brooke took the news directly to Ridge Forrester. Speaking of Ridge, he won't get the answer he was hoping for now that he's made an offer to Carter. Ridge pushed Carter to put all this preemption drama to rest and break up with Hope, but Carter will remain pious to the new woman in his life. Latterly, Hope will deliver a stunner to Carter, so she may offer updates on Brooke's treason. Carter and Hope will realize all this is blowing up indeed briskly than they anticipated, but Carter will file the LLC paperwork anyway. Although Justin Barber was assigned with getting the Forresters out of this jam, he may admit to Ridge, Steffi Forrester, and Eric Forrester that they've indeed lost control of the company. Indeed so, Ridge is going to make a daring move that's a game changer. Steffi and Ridge's forthcoming blow to Hope, who's going to face a shock when it comes to her future. Although Ridge and Steffi may not be suitable to hang on to control of Forrester Creations, they may make some legal moves to block the rejuvenation of Hope's line. Steffi will ultimately face off with Hope, who'll hold her own despite her rival's violent fury. Hope won't be bullied into backing down, so she may be willing to just let the line go ever and support Carter no matter what. As for Carter, he'll kick up indeed further trouble and reach the point of no return. Carter may launch his global luxury empire plans the moment he takes the throne if he indeed lands there. At Il Giardino, Deacon Sharp will reveal some shakeups of his own, including the hiring of Remy Price and perhaps indeed some menu changes. Sheila Sharp will have an occasion to meet Remy and make her own assessment of him. Will Sheila come a friend to Remy or sweat he'll cause problems for Cleric? Still, she just might help to play matchmaker. At least if she decides she likes Deacon's eager new hand. If Sheila senses that Remy's crushing hard on Electra Forrester. As for Will Spencer, he'll match Remy as well and get uncomfortable over his bond with Electra. Commodity about Electra and Remy's history won't sit right with Will, so he may have a hunch that Remy's shady. Meanwhile, Bill Spencer will admit another letter from Luna Nozawa, so look for him to be taken suddenly over commodity she writes. It'll be enough to move Bill to make a jailhouse visit to Luna, who'll be excited to see him again. Luna may play further manipulative games with Bill, while Will pumps Electra for further Remy information. Electra might suspect that Will's jealous and contend there's no need to be, but Will's enterprises may run deeper than that. Remy's stalkerish tendencies are indeed going to be a problem, so we'll see what kind of intimidating moves he makes now that he's in Los Angeles. Back at Forrester Creations, Carter may settle into his new CEO part and make some big changes. Indeed, if the Forresters baffle Carter's sweats to revive Hope for the future, he may give her a significant position at the company. Hope and Carter feel poised to become a real power couple, so we'll bring you more prognostications on the fallout of their scheme.